If you followed our channel, you know we've been looking for a home to buy here in the Villages, Florida. In this video, we're going to explain how the buying process works and what we experienced. It all started about a week before Milton hit.
One of our biggest concerns about buying a house in Florida was the fact they have hurricanes here.
First, we want to thank everyone who checked up on us through Hurricane Milton. We were safe in Augusta, Georgia with our daughter when it came through Central Florida. Our hearts go out to all the folks who had devastation from the hit Milton and also from Helene.
It was amazing to see all the trees that were down in Augusta from Helene and how quickly they were cleaning things up. Our daughter had a very large tree come down in her backyard, but thankfully it did not land on her house.
She had electricity and water restored by the time we got there on Monday. It was nice to spend time with Andrea, and we also had a chance to visit with our youngest son, Austin, and his girlfriend, Abby. But when you're away from your home during a hurricane, all you can think about is what's happening back home. There's anxiety staying during a hurricane, and there's anxiety of not being there and wondering what's going on.
The Villages has historically fared well through these hurricanes compared to many other communities in Florida. It's in the central part of Florida, and we sit inland about 50 miles from the west coast and 60 to 90 feet above sea level. We also have a unique drainage system, and our power lines are underground for the most part, which helps. This is one of the most important reasons why we chose to buy a house in the Villages versus all the other 55 plus communities in Florida that we researched.
The organization and preparation from the state and local governments in Florida is amazing to see before a hurricane and after. The speed of recovery from both first responders and the linemen to restore power is impressive. They work together like a well-oiled machine, and it really gave us confidence to go ahead and buy a house here.
Now let's talk about the actual buying process and what happened about a week before Milton hit. We've been waiting for several months for the spec homes in the newest part of the village of Richmond to come up for sale in what they call the lottery system.
If you aren't familiar with the Villages, it's very competitive to buy a new spec home here.
This is basically how it works. When the developer has a section of homes that are ready to sell, they announce it to their sales rep, who then informs their customers of what homes are coming up in the location, model type, and price range the customer has expressed an interest in. You are told you can pick up to 3 spec homes that you would like a chance to buy. It's best that you have your financing lined up beforehand. The lottery typically takes place the next business day, so there isn't a lot of time to think it over. The sales rep enters your information into the system, and at 8 a.m. the lottery takes place. If you win or lose the lottery, your sales rep will call and let you know shortly after 8 a.m. You then have just a short time frame to agree to buy that spec home, or it goes to the next person in line.
It's a bit stressful because it all happens very quickly, but in hindsight, it seems to be a fair system.
And if you win, within a day or two, you'll sign a purchase agreement with a deposit of $2,500. 7 days later, you need to pay the 10% down payment, and you must agree to close in 30 days. And 30 days is a pretty quick time period to get everything lined up.
So this is how our experience unfolded just a few days before Milton became Milton. We got a call from our sales agent that the 2 homes we were interested in, the Daphne and the Whippoorwill, would be in the lottery the next day at 8 a.m.
These 2 homes are in what's called the Village of Richmond. It's a small pocket of spec homes they added just outside of the Brownwood Paddock Town Square.
We really like that location because it's very close to the town square, which has restaurants, retail, and free nightly entertainment. Richmond is also within walking distance of nature trails and where they're building a new restaurant and bar called Harry and the Natives, located on Lake Okahumpha, which sounds like it'll be a fun place to go.
The owners say the area reminds them of old Florida. Harry and the natives will feature great food, drinks, entertainment, and have a large tiki bar that hangs over the water's edge. Richmond's also a little closer to hop onto the turnpike, so location was really important to us.
As you can imagine, we were very excited that we might finally get a chance to buy a house in that area. It was pretty tough to get to sleep that night.
It was. The next morning, the phone rang at 8:06 a.m., and it was our sales rep saying he was very sorry, but we didn't get either house.
Ho, ho, ho.
Of course, we were really disappointed, and this was the second time we lost in one of these lotteries. There were only a few homes left in that area that were in our price range, so it felt like we could be shut out of Richmond. We were starting to get really frustrated with the whole process.
If you've already bought a house here in the village, just let us know in the comments below how many times you entered the lottery before getting a house.
It was a roller coaster of emotions, but it wasn't over yet. We tried to forget about it all that day and just go out and have fun with family. We figured maybe it just wasn't meant to be, and we should just think about staying here, maybe sign another year's lease.
But when we got home later that day, the phone rang, and it was our sales rep saying that the first position buyer backed out. We are now number one in line. He asked us if we still wanted the house.
We said yes to a designer home called the Whippoorwill. What is a whippoorwill, David?
It's a bird whose song sounds like it's saying, "Whip, poor Will." Fun fact, sometimes whippoorwills are birds of good fortune. According to American folklore, they can grant wishes, heal pain, and guarantee wealth.
Oh, now that sounds good.
Other times, they're ill omens, and a whippoorwill seen by a window was believed to mean death.
Ugh. Let's hope we don't see one near our house, but maybe we just hear one from the distance.
That'd be great. So the next day, we toured the house, signed the purchase agreement, and wrote a check for the $2,500. We agreed to put the rest of the 10% down by the next Friday.
But just 2 days later, Milton turned into a Cat 5 hurricane. We suddenly found ourselves really worried about putting that 10% down on a new house that could possibly get damaged in what they predicted to be one of the worst storms to hit the west coast of Florida in a long time. We called our sales rep, and he reassured us that the villages would fix damages to the house, if that was the case. After all, they are contractually obligated to deliver an insurable property. They have several guarantees on workmanship and warranties, along with a final inspection. He also reminded us how in the past the villages has had Cat 3 hurricanes pass through, and they fared very well. That calmed our fears for the most part, and after Milton moved through Florida, our sales rep checked on the house and reported it was fine, so we moved forward with the deposit.
We're getting ready to close on our house in about 3 weeks, and we took off due to the hurricane. Came back yesterday, and today we're going to drive through Brownwood and then head on over to the new house, just see what it looks like from the outside, and maybe we'll meet some of our new neighbors, and maybe we'll get a chance to see if there was any damage in the area.
That's right. Brownwood City Fire there. Looks like they're having a party. little bit. Not that
Boy,
much.
smooth as can be.
See Gator Bob anywhere? Gator Joe?
Yeah, we've seen an alligator over there a couple of times, but not lately. They tend to move around.
Okay, going just yonder.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own.
What? 4 days ago, and they're done. They must have finished it
Well,
quick.
we don't know if they're done inside.
Right, but the outside, they have all the windows in them.
Yeah, they're definitely buttoned up. The windows come with tilt-up walls, so
I'm just trying to say they look different.
the grass is in. So I think they got the outside done.
Making plans so as we go, worried as when no one knows just how we want it. Going left, going right, doesn't matter tonight, just how we want it. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long, and sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone.
We came back from Augusta and checked on the house ourselves, and all seemed well.
So, did we find our dream home, Kristy?
Sure we did. Our house has all the things we were looking for: 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a 2-car garage, and those 2 sinks and a primary bathroom.
It even came in under budget.
It's in a great location. We're very grateful to be able to buy a house here. Some people say you are buying the lifestyle in the village, not really a house, which is somewhat true, but for us, it's both. It's a place to have friends and family over, make new memories, and create a home out of a house. It's a new chapter in our lives, and we're really looking forward to meeting our new neighbors and making lasting friendships.
If you're moving to our neighborhood, let us know in the comments below. If you have questions you'd like answered about the villages, we'll try to answer them the best we can.
I guess we're going to be really busy in the next few weeks getting ready for the closing, moving, hopefully buying new furniture. We'll keep you up to date as we work through all of this. Stay with us for the last video of this series when we close on our new house, and we'll give you a tour of the Whippoorwill. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on our logo here and watch these videos next. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.